All right, folks, shirts on because this is a serious video. I will not be able to post links directly to this information that I have, but suffice to say, I believe this information to be truthful. And it is about some of the history of the Covenant Presbyterian Church and some things that have went on. Now, I stumbled upon this Twitter post, this Twitter thread, I should say, in Conspiracy Commons, and I think R Conspiracy. It linked the thread that was talking about, of course, the shooting in Nashville. There was a link posted to this Twitter thread that was posted and started by a person known as Right Side of History TM. I do not know this person personally. I am no longer on Twitter because my account was suspended. I don't know how much truth there is to all of this. I clicked on some of the links that were given, and it appears to be truthful as possible. Well, let's just get into this. Let's just go ahead and get this started. Now, remember, this person is called Right Side of History. I'm not going to post links in the description. All I can tell you is that their name is Right Side of History on Twitter, and it's like at XX exclusionary, whatever. You look it up at your leisure, but I'm not posting links because I don't need any trouble from YouTube any more than I usually already have. Okay, so a thread. This is how it starts. A thread. 1/ Covenant Presbyterian Church and its church-run school targeted in today's tragic shooting are at the center of a complex child sexual abuse scandal from 2002 to 2012. Now, this was posted at 2:15 a.m. on March 28th, 2023. That's the first one. Number 2. A 2012 lawsuit alleges that defendants associated with Covenant, including Bachman, Eads, Avery, and Robinson, were involved in concealing unlawful child sexual abuse by John Perry. The plaintiffs were unaware of the abuse until 2012. And it posts a link to what is a PDF file. I've read over the PDF file. I'm looking at it again right now. And it would take a long time to read. But it is, apparently there was a case brought forth. A trial court held a hearing on the motions to dismiss on September 19th, 2013 and stated, I need meat, I need the facts, I need the specifics, I need the date, I need the place, I need the who and the where and what happened. I don't have any of that. So unless you have something further to show me, I'm going to grant their motion to dismiss. The statute of limitations is definitely a question, but we can't even get that far because you don't have enough specificity pursuant to Rule 8 to state a claim of action. On September 26, 2013, the trial court entered an order granting the motions to dismiss, holding that the plaintiff's amended complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief may be granted pursuant to Tennessee R. Civ. P. 12.026 Plaintiff's Appeal. So my best guess is this fell apart because there weren't enough facts to really create a case. Number 3. By 2015, 2 lawsuits alleged child sexual misconduct by Perry. During divorce proceedings, Perry's ex-wife claimed his inappropriate marital conduct led to their separation, also as reported by the Arkansas Times. 4. John Perry was a prominent pastor who had co-authored several books with then Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Now here's where I start having a problem with this. This happened in Nashville. Now there is a Covenant Presbyterian Church, of course, in Nashville. But this is the claims about from the ex-wife are in the Arkansas Times. Why are they not in the Tennessee Times? This is where I have some problems. The church. Now back to number 4. John Perry was a prominent pastor who had co-authored several books with then Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. The church allegedly used Perry's home as a safe house on the back of his good reputation, in quotes, for children they believed were mistreated by their parents. This arrangement allowed the church to remove children from their homes and place them under Perry's care, raised serious concerns about the safety and protection of these vulnerable children in the hands of a confessed child molester. Oh, I didn't know that about Perry. In June 2019, a family sought help from attorney Larry Kane after being silenced for raising concerns about children's safety in Perry's safe house. Crane later filed a $3 million lawsuit against the person who reported the abuse while representing Perry. Crane later filed a $3 million lawsuit against the person who reported the abuse while representing Perry. Okay. And there's a link to Jane Speaks Up. Okay, and this is part 3 of a cover-up in Williamson County. I'm guessing Williamson County is where some of this was going on. Additionally, the Davises sued Covenant Presbyterian Church, this is number 7, and parishioner Dale Lewing, accusing the church of covering up for confessed child molester John Perry and putting children in Perry's so-called safe house. Number 8, the family claims they were harassed, assaulted, and threatened for raising concerns about the church's concealment of child sexual abuse. Courthousenews.com, this is another link. I haven't pressed on it, but clicked on it, but Despite the scandal, local media in Nashville has not covered, this is number 9. Despite the scandal, local media in Nashville has not covered the stories involving John Perry, who admitted to sexually molesting his daughter in court. Oof. Number 10, Presbyterian Church Association was reportedly going to bring charges against Pastor Jim Bachman of Covenant, yet another church member who was implicated in enabling the abuse. Yet no one has been charged in connection with the child sexual abuse allegations and cover-up. There's a picture here from a guy named Austin Davis. And it reads a lot of stuff, but it says here one thing that I can read. On February 18th, 2016, Larry Kane, a lawyer, filed for an injunction against me, and he filed a $3 million lawsuit against me for invasion of privacy. He added defamation to the lawsuit about 1 month later. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of John Perry's victim number 1. I later learned that Larry Kane also represented child molester John Perry. Usually child sex abuse victims sue the child molester, but in this unusual case, the child molester and victim 1 were represented by the same attorney, Larry Kane. Okay, now this makes sense. I guess it makes sense because I was the only one to report the protected child molester to police, and I did so to protect other children. Unfortunately, the argument was made that I invaded privacy, so child sex abuse is no longer a crime in Tennessee, but this is now a private matter between a child, adult, and even within the church family via confidential conversations with clergy. Okay, I'm not going to read any more of this because I don't have the full context. Okay, number 11 says, this leads to the question, when females commit only 2% of all mass shootings and have only committed 4 of the 147 school shootings before this event, could this have been a carefully plotted vengeance mission? Yeah, maybe. Number 12. Did Audrey Hale decide to partake in a tragic act of vigilante justice to try and bring attention to sexual crimes for which no one had ever been forced to pay for? Number 13. The ages match up. Audrey, born around 1994, would have been in elementary, middle school, or sometime between 2002 and 2012 when the alleged abuse happened. Covenant Presbyterian taught kids from K through 6th grade. Could Audrey have been a victim too? And it has another link here. 14. Below is a link to a document belonging to a database outlining the sequence of events of Covenant's sex crimes and cover-ups. It was compiled and created by a man attempting to expose Covenant for nearly a decade. What are they trying to hide? Let's click on this and see. Open with Firefox. Okay. Oh, now it comes up. There's a series of pictures. And some statements. Once again, I can't prove any of this stuff. This is more of a somebody just writing a whole bunch of stuff and putting it together and putting pictures. All right. I can post a link to this, I think. Yeah, I'll post a link. I'll put a link in the description to this. But so what we're looking at here is that a person, Hale may have been molested at some point. This does not excuse her actions in the present, but it does lead to some questioning about, okay, what's going on here? Now, Right Side of History says in number 15, as a disclaimer, this is in no way excusing the actions of Hale. In no way did anything that happened to her justify her action, and that is not what this post is trying to excuse. This post is attempting to dig into the fact surrounding a murky sequence of events. I don't think it's a murky sequence of events, RSOH. She went in there and she killed a bunch of people. Straight up. Another potential piece in the puzzle, Hale messaged her middle school basketball teammate on social media, informing her she was going to die by suicide, and one day this will all make more sense, Hale wrote. I've left behind more than enough evidence behind. I've left behind more than enough evidence behind. Okay. Wow. Number 18, JaneSpeaksUp.com for that regional area alludes to multiple Christian schools in that area in that time period having allegations of cover-ups of sexual abuse. But this is a less likely scenario, in my opinion. This is what Right Side of History writes, and wouldn't even be testable until the manifesto was public anyways. As to why, number 19, as to why she would target kids when an adult would be the abuser, who knows? Anyone who would senselessly murder children and teachers isn't logical. Crazy people don't think rationally. Plus, because she was TIF, I don't know what that means. She likely was on testosterone and other psych meds. Number 20. Testosterone increases aggression and impulsivity and who knows what comorbid conditions and or other antipsychotics, SSRIs or uppers she was on. Crazy people don't think rationally. But this theory being true, number 21, but this theory being true is neither favorable to the right or the left of the political spectrum, obviously. The right wants it to be a hate crime, what I thought it was at first. The left wants it to be a fear-induced downward spiral due to the alleged trans genocide. Number 22, I made this thread because when I looked Hale's and Covenant's background due to curiosity, since female school shooters are so rare, I found the abuse lawsuits within minutes. I thought it was strange that there were no new news articles covering the potential connection. Number 23, but in some, only time in the manifesto will tell. Here is the Jane website link for the specific region the school is in again. For reference, it is also linked multiple times above. Okay, now this is something I can put in. Okay, so you guys, some of these links will be in, some links to these will be in the chat, and then you guys can look at them as you see fit. I know I won't get much out of this because I'm not linked to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know who I am, and I don't have a lot of subscribers. This has been going on 14 minutes, 42 seconds, but I really felt this was important, and I really, really wanted to put this out there. So if something happens, this is going to be posted on BitChute as well. I'll put my Gab account down, and I'll probably put this on Rumble as well. I'm still trying to figure out how the Rumble channel system works, so I'm not really sure how this is all going to work out. We shall see. I'll be posting links to my Rumble account, or at least tell you just go type in Shatterhand in a in Rumble, and you'll find my channel in the search. Because I'm still not sure how to link to my Rumble channel here. I'll be brutally honest. I'm not sure how it all works out. But I will be putting a link to my Gab account as well, so that way you can find other places where this might be. All right then. Thank you, everybody. Let me put it this way. What I've read does not justify in any form or fashion what Audrey Hale did. Just because she was abused years ago does not justify what she has done. It does not justify going and shooting up a school. I believe what Right Side of History said, in that there's a connection there that may have caused this. If this abuse happened and she was involved, maybe that's what made her turn trans and then brought her to this point where she decided to go into a school and start shooting people. These children were innocent, though. And if any of the adults involved were still there at that school, the question becomes, why didn't she target them? This is really sad and kind of disturbing. Right Side of History is right on one thing. How come nobody is mentioning this? She found it a couple of days ago herself and just, oh, well, that's interesting. That's what she found. How come nobody else has done this? Oh, well. Far be it from me to launch into a conspiracy theory about things. Oy vey. Oy vey. All right, folks. Take care and God bless.